welcome back to Crafty Aims Workshop. This is part 2 of the Making of Big JAWN. And so what we're going to do is finish up the cover, and what I plan to do is go ahead and put another layer of cardboard on the inside of the cover. That way it gives it more structure and there's not as many lumps and bumps in there. So that's the first thing we're going to do right now. So we're going to trace the front of the cover onto the bigger piece of cardboard. This one is a 24 ounce or a 1 pound 8 ounce box, which is a little bit bigger, I think, than this one. This one was an 18 ounce box. So anyways, we're going to trace it to get the right size. Use whatever you want to trace it with. Okay, and then we're going to cut it just a little bit smaller than this box, because I want it to be maybe a 1/4 inch off. Okay, so we've got it cut out. Let's see if I've got it cut to the right size. So I do want it to be a little bit smaller. Okay, it's not. Let me go ahead and trim some more. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue some newspaper over top of the cover and the inside of the cover. It just makes it easier to paint on. You can use gesso if you've run out of paper. You can cover it with gesso, but I think I'm going to prefer to see some little wrinkles and things like that. That'll give the book a little bit more character. I'm going to use some Mod Podge. I'm using Mod Podge, but if you have glue, go ahead and use glue, whatever, it doesn't matter. You just want a good coating. And I'm just gonna put my paper down. Okay, and now I'm going to clip these edges here. Just going to go on a diagonal. Find your point right there. And clip right above it. Now, because these two folds do not match, I'm going to go ahead and separate these and cut the middle down to where it needs to be. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm just going to make this side the same size as the other one. Okay, after you've cut them all out, go ahead and wrap them in newspaper, each piece. And then now we're going to glue them down with tacky glue, or if you have Elmer's glue or the glue wall, you can use that too. So we're just going to put a bunch of glue on here. Glue it all down. I like tacky glue because it's flexible and it can be used on just about anything. I'm making sure it's I got it in the right place by folding it up like this. It's not moving. Okay. Now we're going to do the other two sides. Okay, what you'll want to do is put something heavy on this so it'll adhere to it really tight. I see that side's coming up a little bit. So let's let that dry and I'll be back. While we are waiting for the covers to dry, or the cover to dry, we are going to work on the guts of the book, the signatures. And what I'm going to do is on each signature, on the outside and on the inside, I'm going to tape it with some duct tape washi. If you want to use a different type of washi, that's fine, or even masking tape, or just regular duct tape, you can do that. So we're gonna, my signatures have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 signatures for each, or 5 pages for each signature. And so I'm just taking an extra step here just to ensure that it won't rip out as easily. I've never used the duct tape washi. I'm hoping it's as strong. It doesn't feel as strong as regular duct tape. In fact, it just feels like regular washi. So, I guess it is. Oh well. I was hoping it would be like duct tape, but that's alright. All I'm looking for is to have some additional thing there so that the staples won't move as much. And if they do, it's not going to rip the paper out. So I'm going to do this with all of the signatures. Just make sure all of your papers are aligned. That looks nice and neat anyways. And this will also help, I think, since I'm not doing it on the other sheets. Oops. But at least on the front, I mean, if you wanted to duct tape all of the pages, which I might do just because it would look nice, but we'll see. I might do that as I am working with each page. I'll put a special duct tape on there, or a special washi on there. But for right now, it's just for structure. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to all of the signatures, and I will come right back. I've got all of my signatures taped on the outside and on the inside. There are 9 signatures, 5 pieces of paper each equals 180 pages front and back to do artwork on. So the next step is we're going to start stapling each signature together so they don't fall apart. So you can use an old telephone book, which it's just my scrap glue book, whatever. Gluing stuff down, making books with it, whatever. So you can use one of these, or you can use a styrofoam square that I got at Walmart. I think it was Walmart. It was $2.99. It's just a plain square styrofoam piece. You only have to use those though if you don't have one of these really long staplers. So let me do, so you're going to need a stapler. I didn't say that. So definitely need a stapler. You can use any size stapler for the way this tutorial is going to be. What you're going to do is you're going to unfold it, because your stapler's not going to go in far enough. So that's why we're going to open it up. Open it up to the inside where you have this. Make sure your pages are even and right where you want them. You want your flat part of the staple on the inside. That's where you're going to be painting. Well, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, I would prefer to see a nice, neat staple on the inside. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm just going to push the staple in. Make sure it's straight. Make sure you got it in the middle. And staple. Now what should happen is you've got, if you can see it, there should be 2 staples sticking out right there. Those 2. So then you're going to need to flatten them out. So you can use anything, hard, metal, whatever, and just push them down like that. So you don't have to get this nice big staple. This works just as good. Do it again. Make sure it's all straight. I'm putting it right here in the crease of the book. Now you could, we can try it. Let's do this. Let's put it on this part right here. Maybe you won't have to make that extra step in pushing them down yourself. Let's see if that'll work. No, it's still sticking up because it's paper, it's soft. So just take your scissors or whatever you got and push it down. Easy peasy. Okay, if you have one of these, this is good for making your own books or whatever, what have you, if you need something to go all the way back. This is a guide to help you figure out what size or what point you need your paper at so that they're all equal distance. Just slide it in. By the way, I got this at Amazon. I don't know if I paid more than $12 for it, if that. I'm not sure. It wasn't expensive. I don't remember it being very expensive. And then push it down. But there you go. So there's one signature ready to go. Okay, all of the signatures are stapled now. Put those to the side. Now we're back to the cover. My cover's probably not as dry as it should be, but we're going to go with it anyways, and I'll let it dry a little bit more later. But what we're going to do now is I want to cover this up, and I'm just going to go ahead and use the washi. So the duct tape washi, and it doesn't matter what type of tape. You might just decide to paint over it. You may even want to just put some more newspaper over top of this. I had thought about doing that, but I think I'm just going to washi tape it. Next step, what I'm going to do with the signatures is, this is something I learned from a YouTuber named Liz Drake, L-I-Z-D-R-A-K-E, also known as Sugar. And she does a lot of junk journals, which is where I learned how to make junk journals, is through her. She's got a really great YouTube channel. You might want to check her out. I'll put her information in the description below. But what you'll need to do is, we're going to drown this middle section with tacky glue. And then we're going to place all of the signatures in there. and then we're going to tie them up with string so that they will be stuck in there pretty good. If you want to take the strings off later, you can, or you can leave them on just for good looks. If you use some nice string ribbon, whatever. So let me go ahead and start that. I'm going to put as much glue in here as you can because you're wanting it to stick really, really well. On her video, when she does this, she has one video that shows her trying to pull out the pages and they do not come out. She does make an effort to pull them out and they don't come, so that's why I was going to sew these in, and then I thought, well, this is just really a practice art journal. I don't really want to spend a lot of time with sewing them in, which, I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot to sew these in, but I just want to go as fast as possible and get this. I want to start working in it. And I know it looks like a lot, and you really do need a lot. For one thing, you've got washi tape, which is kind of a waxy surface. I did a little trial piece and used the heat gun on it to dry it to see if it would stick, and it does. So if it don't work, we'll just use strings and keep them on there that way. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so there's that. And then take your signatures, make sure they're straight, and then just simply put them in there. They're all in there good. They're all straight where you want them to be. I may need to tacky glue some more later, but for now, I think this is all I'm going to put on there. Okay, let me get my strings. We'll go ahead and tie them in there and see if that helps straighten all of them out, because right now, this one right now is not even touching, and that one's not touching. So I may have to take this one out. It looks like it might be too big, but let me get string. I'm going to try and keep them all in there. Okay, so the string I'm using is some loot twine, and I think I got it at Target. Yeah, Target Dollar Spot. And I have various colors. The first one I put on already. Let me put another one on for you. This one is black and white. This one is gold and copper or brown. Okay, here's the second one. So let's put it here. I had to put a piece of washi tape on here because I actually was ripping the cardboard box, so you may want to duct tape it or do something with that. Okay, just make sure it's really nice and tight. You may want someone to help you hold it tight so it doesn't come undone. With me just doing it by myself, what I've been doing is just going ahead making it tight, but then it gets loose again. And so I'll tighten it at the edge or on the first one, and then I'll just slowly bring it together. And then as I get to be able to knot it, I just do it real quick. Hopefully that's tight enough. I don't know. At least it'll be touching. At least it'll be touching the glue. That's the goal. You want it to be touching the glue. And just a little trick in case you guys are doing it the direction I'm going from top to bottom, which probably is a bad idea, but that's what I've started with, so I'm going with it. But I'm using a clip to keep the extra strings on the side here, and that way you can won't be bothered by the strings hanging in your way. Looks good, and then I just take it and then I flip it with the other ones. Now the great thing about these, if you're going to keep these strings on, is you can put little doodads on it, like beads or what have you. So next color is orange. I'm looking for the middle tape in the middle of the signature right there. That's what I'm looking for. That's how I'm figuring out where I need to put the strings with that washi tape there. Yeah, these little strings are just $1. And every time I go to Target, I look at their dollar section, because they have some pretty cool things there. Alright guys, I've got it all done. It just has to dry now, but here's what it looks like. These are different colored twines. One is the black and white, one is the gold and brown, one is white and orange or cream and orange. And I think it turned out pretty good. Okay, and this is what it looks like that. So what I'm going to do to let it dry, so I'm going to keep it up like this, so that gravity brings them all down. I did have trouble with this one where I had to put the washi tape side because it was still up. So what I did was on that one, because it was still not in the spine area, is I took the middle part of it and just pushed down real hard, and then I redid the string, and that seemed to have worked. So we're good there. And I think as soon as that dries, I can start working in it. I think what I'm going to do is leave the newspaper showing here. I might leave some newspaper showing around the edges, just for the sake of the name of it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was part 2, and I'll have a part 3 just to show you what it looks like, and then decorating it a little bit. I think that's going to be part 3, and then working in at least one page on it. So if you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like what you see and you'd like to see more, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, and share it with your friends too, because that helps me out a little bit. And I hope you guys have a great day, and enjoy just being crafty. Have some crafty happiness. Alright guys, thank you so much. See you again next Thursday.